'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what, yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Susceptible now, before the moment flies, yeah. In this moment,
Yes.
I cannot say what's wrong or right.
No.
It's not hard to fool me,
No.
'cause I'm addicted to the good life.
Yes.
Yeah, lead the way, I follow. No need to say
No.
where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all, to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what, yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell your good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh, susceptible now, before the moment flies. It's not a problem,
No.
'cause I know what I'm getting into.
Yes.
Yeah, and nothing can stop me,
No.
'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'm heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what, yeah. Susceptible now,
shit.
DJ AK.
I'm doing shit. Fuck all that young shit. I'm cool with shit. Type shit. Activity. I'm doing shit. Fuck all that young shit. I'm cool with shit. Type shit. Activity. Posted up on the island with a bitch. They call me up, cause I ain't on that dumb shit.
What up, what up, what up, what up, people? Welcome back to Unk V Streaming with your favorite Unk that ain't no motherfucking punk. We're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it raw. We're going to keep it unfiltered. And we're going to have a good time while doing it. Before we get started, I want to say a shout out to the replay game for the few people that come out throughout the week and check out the content. You're greatly appreciated and you are not forgotten. Also, definitely shout out to the people that pop up in and out while I'm actually live. You are definitely appreciated. So salute to you all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and please share. Like, subscribe, comment, and please share. It helps the channel the most. It helps the channel grow. It gets me back in the algorithm. As y'all know, I haven't been over here that much lately. I haven't been streaming over here on this side. This not Truth and Reality Undefeated. This is a whole nother channel that I had that I used to stream on and stop. So we got to get it back rolling and it'll be greatly appreciated. So like, subscribe, comment, and please share. It doesn't cost you a penny, a nickel, or a dime. It is 100% free. Man. What's today? Today is Tuesday. And y'all going to see Superman this week? Anybody going to see Superman this week? Superman drops this week. We were supposed to have movie night at the house. I'm considering switching movie night at the house until a theater movie night. And if we do, we're going to go see Superman. It's been a lot of talk about. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I'm not one of those people that's going to super critique a movie that I never saw. That shit gets weird. I laugh when these people like see a trailer and be like, that's going to suck. I'm like, motherfucker, you ain't even seen it. See, here we go. This guy. We ain't even seen the movie. The movie literally hasn't came out, MS Best. How do we know it's woke? What is woke about it? And what does this woke mean? I'm gonna have to do a show on the misuse and overuse of woke. Cause like Superman is white, just like in the comics. They didn't change his gender. They didn't change his race. They didn't change his sexuality. He's still dating Lois Lane. He still got Jonathan Kent and Martha Kent, and like he got two dads or two moms. Lex Luthor is still a man and he's still heterosexual. I'm like, where's the woke at? Cause unless you seen a movie I ain't seen, brother. Unless you seen a movie I ain't seen. But yeah, if you like comic movies and you need a little something different, but we ain't talking about Wonder Woman 2. First of all, I didn't even watch it, so I don't know. But we talking about Superman. That's the thing. All movies not the same. We like to tell people all the time all men ain't the same. We got to understand all movies ain't the same. Wonder Woman was going to come off as slightly feminist to some people just due to the nature of the movie. Wonder Woman, just the name alone would offend some people. And of course, having her being like so alpha, but in the defense of the character, she's an Amazonian. And just the nature of an island of warrior women, she was going to be kind of dominant per se and have an A-type personality. I mean, why wouldn't she have an A-type personality when she's super strong and part God and all the other powers she got? I mean, it ain't many people stronger than her outside of Superman, maybe Martian Manhunter. Yeah, the first Wonder Woman was decent to the last 10 minutes. The ending felt rushed and anticlimactic, and the CGI was kind of sus. Didn't watch part two. I think it came out during COVID. It didn't really go to the theater, and it came straight on HBO Max. I didn't like that it was set in 1984. I hate prequels because we know Wonder Woman existed in the modern time because we saw her in the Justice League movie. So we already know any story in 1984, she wasn't going to die or nothing serious was going to happen to her because she's still alive in the present day. So that's why I don't like prequels, because one thing you know for sure for the prequel is that the main character is going to live. So it takes away some of the suspense. Now, you know Wonder Woman wasn't going to die anyway because she Wonder Woman. But still, though, something about prequels put in my mind that this has already happened. So it's kind of irrelevant because it's in the past. When it comes to stuff like that, the past is relevant to me. That part, She-Hulk ain't DC. She-Hulk ain't DC. We talking about just Superman. Superman, some kind of way we got the Wonder Woman, but that's still DC. But no, She-Hulk ain't DC. I already said the other day that I stopped watching Marvel at the end game. I'm pretty sure She-Hulk came out at the end game, and I stopped watching that because of the time travel stuff. I don't like Mary Sue characters, but they don't bother me. If a movie good, a movie is good. I get tired sometimes of seeing 5'2" females that because of their training, they able to beat up and throw around 6'3", 180 to 200 some pound men that are also trained. Like it be some trained mercenaries, and because this chick is a trained spy assassin, she can beat up like 5 of them at once. And I don't care how trained you are, if they train too, because these dudes just don't be regular dudes off the streets. They be trained mercenaries too. Yes, she trained. I get it. She's a badass, but they also a badass in their own right. Former special forces, blah, 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 all that. And then the fact that it's 5 of them and they all got like 60 to 80 pounds on this woman and 6 to 8 inches of height. I don't see enough training in the world. It's not taking out just sheer strength, muscle mass, and size and all that. And I get annoyed at the unrealistic nature of it, but then I be just like, it's a movie. Pretty much picture any Black Widow fighting scene or any movie. The Flash TV series was good. The Flash TV series was good in the first, up to the first third. I stopped after the 4th season. I stopped after the 4th season. The first, second, and third one was good for sure. The 4th was weird, and I stopped after that. In the Flash movie, was actually, I didn't like the actor. I didn't like the costume, but it was good to see Michael Keaton as Batman. He was badass. I like their version of Supergirl. I think that was Earth 2 Supergirl or something. CGI was bad. Some of the fight scenes were good and looked good, but a lot of the running scenes was terrible. But I'm not bothered by everything that's woman. I'm not bothered. Women don't bother me that much. The reason why, MS Best, you got to work on that, brother. I've been meaning to talk to you about this. They just women. Everything they do and say shouldn't bother you by the simple fact that you can. I don't recommend. I'm not suggesting physical violence, but somebody that I know I can whoop their ass don't bother me that much. That's all I'm gonna say. If I know I can 9 times out of 10, I can whoop your ass, you not gonna upset or bother me that much. Cause at the end of the game, regardless of all the stuff you can talk, I can slam your ass through the sheetrock. So we got, not saying do it, not saying it's right, not suggesting it, but it's like letting a kid bother you. A homeless person or some, like somebody I can drag ain't really. I laugh at you. It's like when a kid come punch you in the stomach. You're not gonna just wild out on the kid. You're like, that little shit didn't hurt. Get out of here, little boy. Yeah, that's how I see when I don't. Yeah, I don't really sweat what these motherfuckers got to say or talk about. That's why I'm finna cover this today. Not because it upsets me. I find it funny. I find the sheer ignorance and projection of it to be hilarious. Because the topic today is about the lonely man epidemic. The lonely man epidemic. Is there a lonely man epidemic? Or are men just finding better things to do with their time and their money? Is it a lonely man epidemic? Are men just out there just lonely? Or they just enjoying other things? See, that shows the sheer arrogance and ego of women. They think just because they're not getting approached that much, that it's a lonely male epidemic. But I came here today because I compiled evidence that clearly shows otherwise. The creation of the lonely male epidemic is another pathetic attempt for women to gather some kind of win where there is none and where there's not even a contest to win at. If y'all haven't noticed, everything is tick for tack or a we can do it. Their whole existence, like the penis envy is so strong, they built their whole existence around being better, doing better, tit for tacking with men. And it's weird as shit. When your whole identity is based around what men do and what men don't do. Men get to do this, so I want to do this. Men get to do this. They want to do everything that we can do except for get drafted, and shit like that. Lonely male epidemic in their definition just means men want women, can't get women, and we just sitting around lonely. And they try to justify it by they try to make it make sense by something like this. Let's see if it's just the right video. I don't know. No, that's not the right one. Good. Let's see if I even have that one. If not, I'll explain to you all what they try to justify it with. They try to justify the lonely male epidemic with the statement that's used out of context, and it's purposely used out of context. This is a statement that they use out of context. Whatever high percent of self deletions are men. They'll say, let's say our number. 70% of self deletions are men, which proves men are extremely depressed and blah blah blah. But actually, it doesn't prove that. And anybody with half a brain understands. If let's say 70% of self deletions were men. See, if you had an agenda of push and you had to push your misandry, you would take that stat and run with it and throw it out there. And that's what they did. It was almost if it gave them pleasure. And I don't know, some women, when women was talking about this, they was giddy about it. And you're gonna see what I'm talking about, because I got some clips of women being giddy about the alleged lonely male epidemic. So it ain't that, let's say 70% of men, 70% of suicides are men. Doesn't mean that men are more depressed than women. Because if you do further research, you'll see that even if 70% of self-deletions are men, women have more self-deletion attempts. It ain't the completion that make more men complete it, but more women attempt it. So actually more women are depressed. Men just are better at seeing things through. It takes balls to take yourself out. And guess who got balls? I'm just saying. Now that's not a flex or nothing to brag about, but that's really what it boiled down to. Women want to delete themselves. Men want to delete themselves. The men they shouldn't do it. And I wish they would find help, but they do it. Women attempt it. So if women attempt it more, then it's clear that they are more depressed. But again, that's when people take stats and create narratives. 70% of suicides are men. And in their mind, the majority of men are deleting themselves. No. What about the attempts? So attempts don't matter. Attempts don't mean you at the same high level of depression as the person that did it to the completion. Just because you tried to delete yourself and live don't mean you didn't try to delete yourself. My bad. Dog was over there whining. So, but the simple fact that these same people that want to be protected and all this get excited when false information like this come out, I find hilarious, because why the fuck Would a man want to protect a person that gets giddy about the idea or concept of the other gender being going through something so intense to where they want to delete themselves, or it's just clear hate? They show clear hate and disdain for men, which is weird because they act like they want them. And they get mad and try to shame men into not fucking with them anymore. Yeah, why would man when this kind of sentiment is constantly put out? I'm gonna show y'all an example of what I'm talking about. And if y'all and let me know if y'all see that these women are quite pleased with this information. Quite pleased with just the idea, the premise that men might be going through something. Even though I'm gonna come back and show you that there is no lonely male epidemic. It's actually the opposite. But we finna run this video and we're gonna go from there. We're gonna pull up this guy right here. Which one we gonna go with? I saved several videos. Oh, yeah, we do this guy.
The reason you keep hearing about the male loneliness epidemic is because there's a small group of women who are making videos saying that men are lonely because men are horrible. When the reality is, these women are projecting their anger, their pain, their bitterness. The reason you keep hearing about the male loneliness epidemic is because there's a small group of women who are making videos saying that men are lonely because men are horrible. When the reality is, these women are projecting their anger, their pain, their bitterness, and their loneliness onto men instead of doing the work they need to do on themselves. Instead of actually taking a look in the mirror and understanding the things they need to change to be in a healthy relationship. These women are trying to push a narrative to blame shift everything onto men when the reason that they're single and lonely is because of themselves. The male loneliness epidemic is a narrative. The reason you keep hearing about the male loneliness epidemic is because there's a small group of women who are making videos saying that men are lonely because men are horrible. When the reality is, these women are projecting their anger, their pain, their bitterness, and their loneliness onto men instead of doing the work they need to do on themselves. Instead of actually taking a look in the mirror and understanding the things they need to change to be in a healthy relationship. These women are trying to push a narrative to blame shift everything onto men when the reason that they're single and lonely is because of themselves. The male loneliness epidemic is a narrative because men aren't lonely. Are there some lonely men? Absolutely. But most men that are single are choosing to be single because they've been in a lot of abusive, toxic relationships. And these men don't want to go back to those types of relationships. So they're choosing to be single, to find peace, to heal, to actually follow their purpose, to do things that fulfill them. Because these men are starting to understand that a toxic relationship with a woman who just wants to be with them because of the amount of money they make is not fulfilling. So this narrative is not being pushed by men, it's being pushed by women who hate men.
And that is nothing but sheer, unmitigated facts. It's not, men don't even talk about their feelings enough for it be a male loneliness, a lonely male epidemic, right? And not just that. Women think because they not getting relationships and men not getting with them, that they think they so special and important that if these men not in relationships, they have to be lonely and suffering. But what they understand, we ain't like them. We don't hate other men like women don't like other women. Cause see, you don't need a woman to have companionship. And that's why women try to shame and attack that and make it homoerotic. Oh, you like hanging with your own boys. No, companionship is companionship. See, since women don't have nothing to offer often in relationships outside of vagina, they don't get the idea of friendships without intercourse. That's why if they not bisexual, their friendships with their homegirls usually be fake and phony and frenemies because they can't have substantial relationships. Often, sometimes not even with their family, because they be falling out with their family all the time. They can't keep a person consistently in their life or around them or wanting to deal with them without putting the pussy on the table. So that's why they so shocked and appalled and baffled and hate the fact that men can be perfectly fine hanging with their homeboys, playing man, playing basketball, going to work, coming out, going to gym with their homeboy, and actually have a good social relationship with people, and they try to turn it homoerotic because they can't see a world where someone wouldn't mind spending time with someone and not wanting to fuck them or having any sexual attraction because no one has never spent time with them without wanting to fuck them or having some kind of sexual attraction. Oh, y'all like hanging with y'all homeboys more than women. Maybe my homeboy is better company than you. Now, when it's time to fuck, I'm gonna come through and see you. But when I want to have pleasant, entertaining, engaging conversation, I'm going to kick it with my boys. Women, y'all sign language, y'all attacks and insults to get men to do shit. This not middle school, baby. That shit's not working. Oh, that's your little boyfriend. Okay, yeah, whatever. I ain't hanging with you. Especially since you said that goofy shit. If y'all want men to hang with y'all instead of their homeboys, how about y'all, instead of using little middle school sign language and sexuality attacks, how about you work on your personality, your character? How about you be fun to be around? You ever thought about that? So, but it's easier and more comfortable and safe for their insecurities to try to make it like something's a fault with the man than being like, maybe I'm just not fun to be around. Women know they're not fun to be around because most women be like, I prefer to hang with my brother and my male cousins and my male friends. Most of my friends are males because they fun to be around and they don't take themselves too serious and they not all catty and blah, blah, blah. Women don't like hanging around women and then want to act shocked and appalled that we don't want to hang around women outside of the time we need to hang around them in order to get the cheeks.
Oh my God!
How can y'all not like hanging around women but want us to love it? It ain't many heterosexual men that like hanging around women all day like that. They'll do it if they love them. They'll do it enough to show them that the relationship is secure. They'll do it enough to secure the cheeks. After that, he out. For the vast majority, man. And not saying that's a small amount of time, but he's gonna do it enough so she's secure in the relationship. He's gonna do it enough to secure the cheeks and nothing more, nothing extra. Because in most cases, it's not just hanging with her and having asinine conversations about the shit that interests him. It's not his peak activity with what he want to do with his time. It's just not for most men, especially heterosexual men. We just don't, in most cases, we don't like the same movies. We don't like the same shows. We don't like have the same interests. You know how it fucking go. So, it's a male loneliness epidemic, right? Let's see what this lady got to say about it.
What are men doing wrong?
Oh, a lot. Whether it's the chicken or the egg, the men are not asking women out. Now, the bottom line is we're having a problem post-pandemic where men are not asking women out. I don't know if it's a white man disease right now.
I think it's soy milk.
They're afraid they're going to get
I'll tell you what it is.
canceled.
My experience pre-Lauren, when I was running around my single days, like we didn't have the apps, and if you saw a woman, you had to go up.
We ain't ready for that video yet. We ain't ready for that video. That's when I'm showing the proof that it's not a lonely male epidemic. So we got to get to some more people talking about how it is one before I show you all how it's simply not. It's actually the other way around. Because who is begging who? Now I'm gonna just loosely get into it. It's allegedly a lonely male epidemic. But who's the one always online talking about they're not getting approached? Why don't men worship women no more? Why don't men approach me anymore? Why don't men want to date? Why don't men want to get married? Why don't men come to mixers? Why don't men come to single events? Why? Why? Sounds like somebody pretty lonely and they want men to engage with them. You don't see hundreds of videos all over social media with men saying these things. The juice ain't worth the squeeze to a lot of men. See, women are so into themselves, they don't understand the nature of dating. Men are over begging, pleading, working their way into being allowed to spend money on you. Men, shouldn't think about it. Having to convince or damn near beg someone to spend your money on them. Make that shit make sense. A man should be able to yo, you want to go out sometime? It should be like yes or no. End of it. Not having to fucking work and talk and convince just to even get there. I could take my money and do something else with it. It's like women don't understand the extreme privilege that it is for someone to spend their money for your entertainment. Especially in this fucking economy. And a lot of men, damn, just pretty much like the juice ain't worth the squeeze. They already be bullshitting, playing around with the cheeks, dating serial daters, letting you take them out while they smashing another dude, ghosting guys after the date, having fucking foodie calls. So it's already bad energy out there in the arena. Then with all that bad energy, you also want him to beg for a high potential chance of bad energy. Beg to spend money. Are y'all walking around begging the homeless people to give them 20. Listen, sir, just take the $20. Just take the $100. Anybody want my money? Somebody take it. Here. No, I need you to take this $100 from me. Who the fuck's begging to give away money? Nobody. And that's what dating is. Dating is spending your money on someone else for their entertainment. Yeah, you might be entertained too, but you also spend it for their entertainment. And that's a privilege and a pleasure for them. But they want to act like it's an honor that they allow you to spend. You should be fucking grateful that they allowed you the great honor of being able to spend your money on them.
Oh my God.
And dudes ain't having that. And that's why they not getting approached and having all these problems. And since they not getting approached, the only way to cope with that, the only way to sleep at night, because it's a lot of ego, and tick for tat. The only way to cope with that is to create some narrative that men are overwhelmingly just lonely. When the reality is, men are overwhelmingly just content. It don't take us much. Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll for some anime, our Xbox or our PlayStation, between work in the gym and goddamn porn, a lot of men gonna make it. And on top of that, he can get the occasional shot of cheeks from somebody's daughter occasionally when he wanna go there. Might not be the exact cheeks he want, but that don't mean it's gonna be bad cheeks, and it's still gonna be cheeks. We don't need or have to have the committed relationship situation as intensely as our female counterparts do. I'm finna run this video from this guy. This is an example of when a man believes the propaganda and bullshit, and this guy clearly has a vagina. But I'm gonna let y'all hear him out.
Dude, men are fucking lonely, bro. People don't seem to understand that. 77% of suicides, men. Every 5 minutes, a man commits suicide. Dude, like, who's gonna fucking step up and be like, yo, I got you guys? There's a couple guys, but obviously they're getting censored. Community is extremely important. Dude, men are fucking lonely, bro. People don't seem to understand that. 77% of suicides.
First of all, those numbers ain't accurate. Again, let's say 70%. That stat means nothing, like I said earlier, because let's say 70% or 77% of suicides are men. It's also proven that more women attempt it. So if more women attempt it, is there really a male loneliness epidemic or just a loneliness epidemic? Or are women going through more shit than men? Again, being better at something, which is sometimes, this ain't no flex to be better at this, but seeing your attempt through doesn't equate to more men doing it. more men attempting it. Unless we're going to play the game as if the attempt of deletion is irrelevant as far as for your mental state, and the only thing that matters is the completion as far as your mental state. I know what matters as far as you being alive is the completion. But right now we're talking about depression and mental state. So if more women attempt it, then logically more women have that mental state. It's just that more men succeed at it. But again, that would take critical thinking and not trying to push agenda. So don't believe the hype on that. So we're going to let this guy cook right here, this OG, and he going to break it down for you. And this is, I think, where you would see the giddiness I was talking about.
The male loneliness epidemic. Something it seems like every other woman on social media is talking about. Something they're jumping for joy over. Talking about. Something that... the male loneliness epidemic. Something it seems like every other woman on social media is talking about. Something they're jumping for joy over.
Did you all know that there's a male loneliness epidemic in the United States right now?
All see the smile on her face as she was saying that. And this is the person that want men to want them. Now, we're going to watch this and watch the women face as they talking about this. That's key to it. And then after that, we're going to segue to why it isn't a male loneliness epidemic. And I'm going to show you exactly what is going on. And you're going to see why what's going on is going on. And it's going to correlate to how women are reacting to this allegation of a lonely male epidemic. It correlates directly into what's really going on and why it's going on. So, but pay attention to the facial expressions. Matter of fact, I'm gonna big screen them up a little bit. Pay attention to these ladies' facial expressions as they talk about it.
The male loneliness epidemic. Something it seems like every other woman on social media is talking about. Something they're jumping for joy over.
Did you all know that there's a male loneliness epidemic in the United States right now?
The male loneliness epidemic, blah, 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 blah.
We don't have a male loneliness epidemic. We have a male effort epidemic.
I don't know if you guys know this. There's like a male loneliness epidemic.
As I said, women are relishing the thought that men are alone. They're desperate. Oh no, there's a male loneliness epidemic. Boo-hoo. Add to it, the media is in full support, spreading the claim with articles like, there's too many single men. They're sad. They're lonely. They can't get a date. Men are desperate for love and companionship. Clearly, this is a national crisis. But let's be real for a second, shall we? That's not the real male loneliness epidemic. You want to know what the real epidemic is? It's the married guys. Yeah, the ones who did everything right. They got the girl, bought the ring, signed the contract. The ones who moved in and settled down. And now? Well, now they're prisoners, spending day after day trapped in a toxic relationship with no real hope of ever getting out, no hope of escaping. They spend their time walking on eggshells around the woman who once claimed to love them, but now, well, now she just tolerates him. Maybe. No love, no intimacy, no sex, not even any kindness, no caring, no affection, not a scrap of emotional connection whatsoever. Their life is nothing more than endless nagging, silent treatment and a never-ending, increasing list of things that they do wrong. And they don't talk about it because they can't. The minute they do say anything, they know she's going to go on the attack. They know she's going to go into full denial. They know she's going to run and tell the world how ungrateful, how toxic, how emotionally unavailable he is, when in reality, it's actually her that's all of those things. He knows she's going to run around claiming she's the victim because she's the perfect wife. And everyone is going to believe her, even though it's a complete lie. These men aren't just lonely, they're invisible. Trapped in partnerships we're talking about.
He kind of segue into a separate topic.
The male loneliness epidemic.
That wasn't about the male loneliness epidemic, but as you saw, again, like I said, they find it to be quite hilarious, quite entertaining, quite funny. It makes them giggle, makes them warm inside just to think. They need men to be extremely suffering to make it make sense why they can't get what they want. They hope, they wish. It's like one of those times when even though you know something ain't true, when you hear it, you want it to be true so bad, you just gonna believe it. And that's what this case. They got pushed off the propaganda of this male loneliness, a lonely male epidemic, and they just ran with it full steam because they needed that to be. Just like when people said dumb stuff like 90% of men are gay. That's fundamentally and mathematically impossible. But it's some people that really believe that 80% of men are gay or some weird shit, or black men are gay or some weird shit like that, because they need that to be so they can make it make sense why they can't get a man. Oh, the reason I can't get a man isn't because I'm overweight, I got a bad personality, I don't know how to submit, I don't know how to cooperate, I got a stank attitude overall, or I might just be ugly. It's not those reasons why I don't have a man. The reason why is because 80% of them are gay. And with the male loneliness epidemic, oh, I'm lonely, I ain't got no man, but it gives me the warm and fuzzy to know that it's way more men out there lonely and suffering. And that's why they clung on to it. Because it boils down to the simple old phrase, bro.
Tactical nuke incoming!
The basic old phrase. Misery loves company. Misery loves company. Even if they had to create, exaggerate, and fabricate said company, they would do whatever they need to do to not reside in that misery alone. They need someone else to suffer with them or next to them to take the misery off, some of the misery off of them. So even if it's false, they need it. Even if it makes no logical sense, they need it. So here we get to the good part. What I consider the good part, where I completely destroy the whole premise of a male loneliness epidemic. But I'm going to let a couple of fellas, well, I'm going to set up the premise before the guys do it for me. Because like I say, I took my time and put some videos together and found some stuff for this. Because I didn't want it to just be my words. By the way, like, subscribe, comment, and please share. Like, subscribe, comment, and please share. It doesn't cost you a penny, a nickel, or a dime. It will be greatly appreciated and help the channel the most. All right. The lonely male epidemic. It's the exact opposite. Like I said earlier, people are hosting singles events all over the country. Men not showing up. If they were lonely, don't you think they would go? Think about it. If you were hungry or poor and they was hosting events, giving away free food and or money, wouldn't you go? Say again, if you were if you were hungry or heard no money, and there were events where if you go there, you get the chance to get food and or money, you would probably go. So if it was a lonely male epidemic in events, meetups, mixers, and single events was being hosted, if men were so lonely, wouldn't they go? Now women try to throw it in there. Well, they don't show up to the events, so they so scared of getting rejected. It got some men that do fear rejection. But if there was a loneliness epidemic, you telling me no man go? None? Not a single one? In an epidemic of loneliness?
Oh, hell no.
That's like saying men out there starving with sandwiches, hungry, but they got pride. So they won't go get the food from the food pantry because of their pride. No, if it was a male loneliness epidemic, meetups and mixers would have some fucking men there. Cause like I said, we talking loneliness epidemic, and some come up on the news and on the radio. You know, we having this thing where you can come meet lovely single women all over the area. Men ain't gonna go. It's because it's not a male loneliness epidemic. These dudes have checked out on purpose. It's not a loneliness epidemic when you took your ball and went home. When you simply realize the juice isn't worth the squeeze. When you realize that there's better things you could do with your time, energy, or money. When you realize you're not finna spend your money on somebody's daughter just for them to be ungrateful and tell you they didn't ask for it, just for them to ghost you. You're not finna beg, plead for the privilege of spending your money on someone else.
Oh, hell no.
Oh yeah, I saw that, and I was gonna pull that up later. I saw that, yes, in Shanghai, and I'm gonna pull up the video. I think it's the drink your coffee dude, Cherez, I can't say his name, but I'll find his channel. In Shanghai, MS Best says in Shanghai they have dating events on the scale of 1,000 women and 0 guys. 1,000 women came and no guys. Is it male loneliness, or they don't fuck with y'all like that no more? I hate to say it, ladies, and I know y'all can't imagine this world, and a lot of pussy hound, horny ass, pussy over everything dudes don't get it too. But we live in a world now where some guys are realizing that it's just a wet hole on a human body. It's an orifice. It's just a vagina. Yes, you can get an orgasm from it, but you also can get one from your hand. And a bus is a bus. One bus might cause you headache, dumb conversation, and money being spent. The other bus just costs you nothing, because corn free on the internet. Just a little elbow grease and some cocoa butter or lotion. Or baby oil, whatever you prefer, petroleum jelly, I don't fucking know. That's all it costs you. You can do that, clean yourself off, and get back to watching your favorite fucking anime, watching Squid Game season 3, or whatever you fuck with. And you ain't gotta worry about dealing with nobody's bullshit. But you know, women don't want that because it takes them from getting relationships they be craving. And dudes try, you got those, oh fuck that, that's lame, you know, blah blah blah. You got to get some ass, you know, those guys that usually like women, ass. You got to pause and look at their lives. A lot of those guys be broke, don't have nothing, and be having all kinds of baby mamas and be struggling because they put the pussy first. And they can't understand the mindset of a man that doesn't put the woman first. And of course, women try to shame men that don't put the woman first. And putting the woman first men try to win favor from those same women by attacking and shaming men that don't put the woman first. But it's not a lonely male epidemic. It's just men are, like I said, are realizing there's better things I can do with my time, energy, and money than spending it on than begging someone to allow me to take them out. You can take a chick on a $150 date and might get some cheeks, or you can take that $150 and put it on you a ticket to fly to LA for a weekend and hang out. You could take a chick on a $150 date and have asinine conversation and she go home, or you could take that $150, buy yourself a video game, order you some Wingstop, get you a 6-pack of beer, play your game for some hours, watch some free corn, rub you one off, take a nap, wake up and play your game again, and be kicked back chilling. Hours of entertainment over an hour and a half of sitting there at the restaurant stuffing somebody's daughter's face. A lot of guys not seeing the win in that, especially in this day or age of I'm going to milk as many dates out of you as possible.
Oh my God!
Unless you that guy. Check out my book, Truth and Reality Undefeated the Gender War. There's a chapter in there. My book is available on Amazon. It's in Kindle, paperback, and audiobook format. It's in Kindle, paperback, and audiobook format. And there's a chapter in this book. Chapter 12. Can't see it. Chapter 12 is called The Ugly Tax. It's called The Ugly Tax. Chapter 12. Get this book. It's very inexpensive. It's available on Amazon in paperback, Kindle. You want to read it on your phone or a tablet, or audiobook. If you want to listen to it in your commute, it's a short read, a short listen, and very, very inexpensive. You got Amazon Prime. You can get it for free or down to discount or real big discounts. And it's definitely a chapter called The Ugly Tax. And the chapter, I need to listen to the chapter because it's more detailed, but to sum it up, I think it's pretty much the less desirable a chick find you, the more dates you got to take her on. If she really attracted to you, you don't got to take her on no dates. You can just come over and hit. The less attracted to you is, it can be 2 dates, 3 dates, 8 dates. You can take on infinite dates and never get none out of her. But the amount of dates you taking her on is you paying your ugly tax. As in, she ain't not saying you ugly to her, but you ain't particularly her cup of tea. So you got to take her on enough dates to make it make sense. And that's what you end up doing. And a lot of guys know that. And it came down to simple, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. But again, they say it's the male loneliness epidemic, right? Or lonely male epidemic. But let's see what the people's got to say about it.
Y'all got 17 more days with me, so I'm going to say what I want to say. There's not a male loneliness epidemic. Men are actually only dating women that they want to date. Men are only communicating with women that they actually want to get to know. As we know, men have been lusting over women for years. To be honest, that's why a lot of relationships worked back then and or even started. Y'all got 17 more days with me, so I'm going to say what I want to say. There's not a male loneliness epidemic. Men are actually only dating women that they want to date. Men are only communicating with women that they actually want to get to know. As we know, men have been lusting over women for years. To be honest, that's why a lot of relationships worked back then and or even started, is because that man was lusting over your mama and over your grandmama. Let's be honest. We only got 17 more days. But guess what we have now? Instagram. So this man don't need to lust over you and take you on dates and act like he wants to get to know you. All this thirsty man gotta do is go to your IG and he gonna see any attachment you would have tried to send him as he was talking to you. You ain't gotta worry about getting them late night messages of let me see you what you wearing. I hope they stop texting you talk about I can't join the shower with you, because you ain't got everything already posted on your IG, every position, every angle, every bathing suit, and every lingerie item there is to know. So no, they're not lonely. They're actually only talking to women that they actually want to get to know for who they are.
That's the key ingredient. The first part of what he said, that's not a male. Women think because they not getting approached. This comes to the arrogance and the ego, right? You have women out there, oh my God, that think they're so gorgeous. So if they not getting approached regularly, it has to be because men are scared to approach women, or it's just a bunch of men out there lonely with no women. Because how am I not getting approached? How do I not have a man if men not lonely and want women? How can men want women and I not have a man? But what he said is the key ingredient. It's men are not it's not a lonely male epidemic. Men are approaching the women they want to approach every day. If men not approaching you, it's because men don't want to approach you. Not some mysterious, mythical, lonely male epidemic, not some massive conspiracy or anything of that sort. Men just don't want to approach you as the individual you are as of now. So fix it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let the first 20 seconds of what this brother said ran back because it was so on point.
Y'all got 17 more days with me, so I'm going to say what I want to say. There's not a male loneliness epidemic. Men are actually only dating women that they want to date. Men are only communicating with women that they actually want to get to know. As we know, men have been lusting.
They only communicate with women that they want to date. It goes back to the whole It goes back, they only communicate with women they want to date. It goes back to the whole, these men don't want to provide for a woman. They don't want to protect and provide for women no more. No, men want to protect and provide for the women they want to protect and provide for. If no one is protecting and providing for you, stop trying to make it a whole blanket situation where it's just a massive amount of men that don't want to protect and provide for women. Men have no problem protecting and providing for a woman, for they woman, for the woman they chose, for the woman they love and care for. If nobody ain't doing that for you, it's because nobody don't love and care for you like that. So you, instead of trying to make these fucking huge ass massive fucking issues and propaganda, how about you take that same time and energy to fix yourself? But it's easier to project and make it like you not the problem and it's some worldwide thing going on. Cause again, it helps them sleep at night and it allows them to justify their existence and what they got going on without doing the work to course correct. If you say something wrong with just the whole dating environment in general, it protects them from having to fix themselves as a fucking individual. And I'm okay with it. If they like it, I'm love it. I love it. You know, if they like it, I'm down just to hop on in the pool too.
Hey, do you want to go swimming?
Because I ain't trying to change the mind. I just put the information out there. I already know they ain't finna listen. Keep it going. Keep it going. I like it. I like to see people flop and fail when they hard headed and ignorant. I love when people got all the answers, right? But none of the motherfucking outcomes.
Oh my God!
You have to love it. So you saw what that guy had to say. He said it straight up clearly. But it gets even more proof that there's not a male loneliness epidemic. Again, more complaints, more complaints, more complaints.
Dude, I really don't know what it is, but whenever I make eye contact with men, I look at them and I'm like, ew. Like, I get disgusted. Like, why are you so ugly? Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me and then why are you so ugly? Or the other way around.
Ladies, before you ask the question of why don't men approach women anymore, why don't men take the initiative to approach, to go up and talk to women, ask them out on dates, it's because you have videos like this. And this ain't the only video that's out here in the internet like this. Like, you got plenty of other videos of women saying the same thing. Don't even look my way. Oh, ew, why are you even bothering to look my way? Why are you approaching me if you are ugly, if you are unattractive? Men see this kind of stuff, ladies. Okay, they see videos like this, so they're going to assume, okay, yeah, a lot of women are like this, especially nowadays in 2024. With the rise of social media, shaming tactics. You know, look, listen, I have whole safety car videos for women, so I understand women's safety. I really do. I get it. And men are creeps. But at the same time, the truth is the truth. And the truth is that a lot of women make it bad for y'all. You know what I mean? To not want to be approached, you know, or for men to not want to approach y'all by saying things like this. Okay? And when you say things like this, it's a red flag to me because it makes it seem like, okay, she must speak for a lot of women. And, you know, listen, every dude ain't gonna be like me. I'm a confident dude. I'm gonna shoot my shot regardless of what women are saying. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I understand the fact that men don't really see a point in approaching when you have videos like this out. You know what I mean? Women like this are gonna be single for a long time. I'm just keeping it a buck. So ladies, this is what you gotta understand.
What about anything she said makes it enticing to approach her? And it gets worse, people. Again, I don't know why these women are so aggressive and why nobody didn't teach them you get more bees with honey than vinegar. You attract more people with pleasant demeanor instead of sheer aggression demands. Sign language just don't work. I don't know why we gotta tell people shaming, insults, and guilt and need to be right just isn't a good method. Attacking someone isn't a good technique to get what you want. But I feel you see her it's a male loneliness epidemic, but she asking why the men don't approach her. Here go another one. It's a male loneliness epidemic, right? But listen closely and see who sound like they lonely.
Part 2 of why men don't come to brunches.
That I got of angry black men dogging us out so bad, saying how we want y'all to pay.
Part 2 of why men don't come to brunches.
That I got of angry black men dogging us out so bad, saying how we want y'all to pay for stuff and just the lies. If I'm inviting you to a brunch, that means me and my girls already got our tickets and our tables. What do we need your stuff for? What's that little money gonna do? Majority of the women making more money anyway. So why would I care for that? All I said was, we want to hang with y'all. Why I can't say we want to hang with the black men? Why can't the black men come enjoy a brunch with us and chill and just eat and have a good time? You be home by 6 and watch the game. Why would y'all rather choose being with all men? I never seen a world where men be so thirsty to just be with men and not women. And complain when women invite y'all to something. We just want to have a good time with y'all. Why y'all so mad at us? That's so weird, and we the same skin. We supposed to be hanging together anyway, not against each other. It sound like y'all don't like us. Answer that. Do y'all like black women still? What do we do? Because I know I ain't did no bad stuff to black men. Like, I love black men. I ain't never even dated a white man before. I'm so loyal. I understand that. Please, we just want y'all to hang with us. That's it. Have fun with us.
Several things wrong with this, but we're gonna get to the end of it first. I haven't dated a white man before because I'm so loyal. Or is it because they don't want you? I'm telling you, man, white dudes need to really start checking these chicks and start taking the offense. They really think that white men just take anything. They really think that the only reason they not with white men is because they don't want white men or that they so loyal to black men. As if they be like, okay, finna wake up and get me a quality white man, that the quality white man gonna just start lining up. The sheer arrogance of that shit is insane to me. But that's not the worst part of this video. No. You heard it. The clear sign language. Why do y'all like hanging with dudes so much? It's a male loneliness epidemic, a lonely male epidemic. Let them tell it, but they the ones begging for company. We don't want y'all. I mean, her whole proposal was a turn off. We just want y'all to hang with us. We don't care about y'all little money. We make more money than y'all anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Like, does any of that sound like someone you want to sit and have brunch with? I'm going to run it back. Tell me, is this the kind of energy that's saying that's going to convince someone to spend their afternoon with you? This is terrible marketing. This is a terrible sales pitch. It's like walking to somebody, yo, bitch ass nigga, sucker, goofy ass nigga. I got this business idea for a lame ass nigga that don't know how to invest, and I just want you to give me some of your money. It's like trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's like giving that as a business proposition. Listen to this shit.
Part 2 of why men don't come to brunches.
That I got of angry black men dogging us out so bad, saying how we want y'all to pay for stuff and just the lies. If I'm inviting you to a brunch, that means me and my girls already got our tickets and our tables. What do we need your stuff for? What's that little money gonna do? Majority.
What's that little? So now you got So now, first of all, you lying. Then now you got little money. So what your little money gonna do? So now you got little money.
Majority of the women making more money anyway. So why?
The majority of them making more money anyway, which has been proven and debunked countless times, by the way. For the people that make the most money, they also do the most begging. How the people that make the most money is always asking for a provider male? If y'all make the most money and know this, how the hell am I going to provide for the motherfucker that make more money than me? Walking contradictions.
Why would I care for that? All I said was, we want to hang with y'all. Why I can't say we want to hang with the black men? Why can't the black men come enjoy a brunch with us and chill and just eat and us? We want to hang with y'all. Why I can't say we want to hang with the black men? Why can't the black men come enjoy a brunch with us and chill and just eat and have a good time? You be home by 6 and watch the game. Why would y'all rather choose being with all men? I never seen a world where men be so thirsty to just be with me.
It's a lonely male epidemic, right? Sound like somebody was begging for company, begging for male presence, and that person from the looks was not a man. Again, it's a lonely male epidemic. But this is going on.
Because when I walked in, it was packed. And what do you think I saw? What do you think I saw?
What did you see?
Exactly what I thought I was going to see.
What?
80 women sitting alone. No men in sight. None. I saw so many black women try to solve a problem in dating by starting to host events in person, trying to create third spaces to facilitate dating like offline. And you know what would happen every single time? The men were not signing up. They would be selling tickets to speed dating, and they would always end up with men's tickets on sale. Always, because they weren't buying any. Just the other day, a big account that I follow for black creatives did like this cute Cupid thing where they were like, hey, send us a profile about yourself and we would love to post it and like play matchmaker. Sounds like a cute idea, right? Not one single man sent their profile in. And mind you, this is an account that has well over 100,000. Just the other day, a big account that I follow for black creatives did like this cute Cupid thing where they were like, hey, send us a profile about yourself and we would love to post it and like play matchmaker. Sounds like a cute idea, right? Not one single man sent their profile in. And mind you, this is an account that has well over 100,000 followers. It's just time to stop. It's time to stop. They have made it very loud and clear that they do not
singles event, and here's why I think we're doomed to be single for the rest of our lives. That was a bit dramatic, but let me tell my story. So I went to singles night at Union Church's Charlotte campus. Now, I don't go to that church, but I started following Pastor Stephen since he was a guest pastor at my church earlier this month. And when I found out that he was writing a book on dating and relationships, I was interested because, listen, your girl could use some divine intervention in that area. But I'll be honest, I didn't want to go at first. I figured it's a Christian singles event. There's going to be 50, 11 women there and like 2 men. Plus, they were advertising it as a conversation that you wouldn't expect to have at church. And I thought, I've heard enough of those modern dating and relationship podcasts. I don't need to hear any more, especially not with a...
It's weird that this video is doing this because I'm not even playing it from the internet. I got this video downloaded to this fucking app. I downloaded it and I uploaded it to the software I use to stream to avoid playing videos on the Wi-Fi shit. And it's doing this.
Story. So I went to singles night at Union Church's Church's Charlotte campus. Now, I don't go to that church, but I started following Pastor Stephen since he was a guest pastor at my church earlier this month. And when I found out that he was writing a book on dating and relationships, I was interested because, listen, your girl could use some divine intervention in that area. But I'll be honest, I didn't want to go at first. I figured it's a Christian singles event. There's going to be 50, 11 women there and like 2 men. Plus, they were advertising it as a conversation that you wouldn't expect to have at church. And I thought, I've heard enough of those modern dating and relationship podcasts. I don't need to hear any more, especially not with a biblical spin. Instead of having meaningful conversations about finding and building Christ-centered relationships,
we just left the event. I think we were just saying that we think that we've actually hit rock bottom.
No, it was actually.
We think we've actually hit rock bottom, and I think we were either punked, catfished,
or it felt like a sick joke.
And my spirit, while I was there, my spirit told me, no mas, por favor. I am not going to no more of these. Okay? That rhymed. Period. I'm not going to anymore. And here's why. So that singles event was cool because they actually had a mix and mingle session at the end where they put us in a very cool atmosphere for people to talk and meet with each other. Although there was like 3 men there and 300 women, I loved the fact that they did that. I thought that was really cool. But my thing is,
3 men and 300 women at a singles event, but it's a lonely male epidemic. Again, if there was mass starvation, if there was mass male starvation, you think only 3 men gonna show up to a place that was handing out sandwiches? If man needs something and wants something, and that something is somewhere, men are gonna go there and get it. If men are not showing up to these events, it's because they don't want to. They don't want what y'all selling. They don't want the product. The fact that they are hosting events all over the country and the world, and women are showing up at drastically higher number than men, it 100% proves that the lonely male epidemic is simply some made up feminist bullshit that women need to get a fake win over men for whatever weird reason, because it's not a competition. It's not men are not having a who is the most miserable competition with women. But for whatever reason, they always competing with us, even to the detriment and destruction of their life and their bodies. Oh, a man get to sleep with as many women as he want, and he don't get seen this way, so I want to do it because a man do. Well, guess what? You the one that's pregnant. You the one with 3 baby daddies. You crying on TikTok a single mom. You the one with the oatmeal pie stomach and the saddle bad titties and all the stuff that come from having multiple kids. You the one that damn near died while giving birth, not the man. You're competing with someone that's not even playing the same sport as you. We're not in the same contest. There is no competition because we in different lanes.
thing is, you go to one single event, you go to them all. They got the same message, and I'm going to tell y'all what they be saying so that you can know ahead of time. If you feel like you're called to go, go. If you feel like the Lord is telling you to go, go. If you've never been, go. If you want to mix and mingle with other single people, go.
This woman don't even sound happy or pleasant. Why you? Because she's not an unattractive woman. And wondering why you at single events. They be miserable, bro. and they miserable, right? And want to be and get mad at men because he don't want to come partake in their doom and gloom or get pulled into their shit.
Mingle session at the end where they put us in and my spirit, while I was there, my spirit told me no mas, por favor. I am not going to no more of these. Okay? That rhymed. Period. I'm not going to anymore. And here's why. So that singles event was cool because they actually had a mix and mingle session at the end where they put us in a very cool atmosphere for people to talk and meet with each other. Although there was like 3 men there and 300 women, I loved the fact that they did that. I thought that was really cool. But my thing is, you go to one single event, you go to them all. They got the same message, and I'm going to tell y'all what they be saying so that you can know ahead of time. If you feel like you're called to go, go. If you feel like the Lord is telling you to go, go. If you've never been, go. If you want to mix and mingle with other single people, go. But let me tell you, this is going to be the singles conference starter pack. I'm going to tell you what you're going to get. Okay?
I'm going to get hate for this, but whatever. I approached a black man this week at like a dating event and he was not interested in me, and that by itself is like not a great story, right? I tried to shoot my shot, he was not interested, I moved on. But immediately after I walked away from this man, he went up to a group of 5 white women and he introduced himself to all of them. And then I kind of observed out of like the corner of my eye for the rest of the evening, this man was only going up and talking to different white women. Later that night, another very attractive black man came in, the exact same thing, only talked to the white women that were in the room. There were maybe 6 or 7 black women throughout. And I could tell, I would look over at the black women occasionally, they would be looking, we would all be observing the same thing. We're all thinking the same thing, right? And as someone who has reviewed a bunch of different like dating events, I have seen this play out so many times where you walk into a room, the black women are looking for other black men and the black men are not looking for black women. Unless the host of the event is like a black person or a person of color. And as much as I say that I am going to start dating outside my race, my mind, whenever I walk into
And there they go with that again. You can start, they really think that dating outside their race is going to get them outcomes at some great number. Again, the simple fact and the reality of it is that the vast majority of people date someone that looks like them. You know what? Y'all get the gist of this. Only a person that already came to believe something would think that it's some kind of massive lonely male epidemic. We see who's trying, who's going to events. They pay money to get tickets to go to these events. Men not showing up at all. But we, the ones with the lonely male epidemic? You hear an event in your city where it's going to be all kinds of single ladies and you're like, nah, I'm good. That's not what a lonely dude, that's not the kind of numbers that an epidemic would reflect. It's just logically, statistically, and fundamentally observable reality, whatever you want to fucking psychologically, whatever you want to believe in. The math simply isn't mathing, people. Now, is anything I said going to get someone, anything I said or shown is not going to get someone that needs to believe there is a lonely male epidemic to see that there's no such thing and it don't exist. But that's not what I'm here for. Because the great thing about it, I'm gonna quote my old channel, truth and reality is undefeated. It don't matter what they believe or what they think. The proof is in the outcomes. The proof is in what's actually freaking happening. And the reality is and I'm finna pay you this Pew Research data. Pew Research, it's kind of old, but trust me, the numbers haven't changed. But let's see if I can find the most current. And white men are men, and I like to speak up for men. So I'm going to defend them to a degree, because like I said before, they can't say this because it'll come off as racist. But the simple truth is, most white men, especially the kind most black women want, they got their shit together, ain't flocking up to marry a black woman. And a woman can't go have 2 kids, get overweight, do all this, and then black man tripping, I'm just gonna go get a white man. That's just disrespectful. They so disrespectful, they don't understand how disrespectful they is. But their statement pretty much means it's saying that white man don't have no standards and to take anything. Because if your own man don't want you, I'm just gonna go over here and get a white man because they take anything. That's pretty much the sentiment that they give when they say that. And it's disrespectful as fuck. But white men don't care enough and acknowledge their goofiness because they know it ain't so. And they act as if white women just gonna sit back there and cross their arms and let the good pics of their men be taken by sisters. They so arrogant, they think they can just live their life how they want and choose to divest and get white men to take them and shoot white women to the side as they take their men. They're gonna bag the white man and throw the white women in the ditch like, move, bitch, give me your man. Huh? What the fuck? Oh, hell no! The sheer delusion. But if you don't believe me, with detailed census data from 2010 to 2021, we gonna let the numbers tell y'all how this divesting shit really works. I already know. But I like to, use my co-host sometimes. Because I get tired of talking. Because my throat be, feeling dry and shit. When you're doing solo shows like this, it's a lot of yapping. I've been yapping for almost 2 hours. So we're going to let my homegirl, Chat GPT, cover down for me and do some of the yapping and break down the insanity that is the ideology of I can date outside my race at my command, at my will. And yeah. And everything's gonna be okay for me.
Here's the most current detailed breakdown of which race of men are most likely to marry which race of women in the US based on recent Here's the most current detailed breakdown of which race of men are most likely to marry which race of women in the US based on recent census-derived data as of about 2010 to 2021. Hanversha, top interracial pairings by male race. White men most commonly marry Hispanic women. 43% of white men's interracial marriages. Next most common, Asian women, Quacha's 14%. Then black women, 12%. Site, turn search 24. Black men, most frequently marry white women. 89% of black men's interracial marriages. Other pairings are much smaller, including a few Asian or multiracial spouses. Such. Asian men, most commonly marry Asian women, intrarace percent, but among interracial matches, 29% marry white women, and taught at 8% Merak women. Site eTurn Search 24 Turn Search 2025. Hispanic men, data from 2010 census patterns. Hispanic men predominantly marry within their group, but among interracial marriages, white women are the most frequent non-Hispanic spouse. Summary table, top spouse race, share of interracial marriages. White Hispanic women, 43% of white men's interracial marriages. Black, white women, 89%. Asian women, interrace, 82%. Among interracial matches, white 29%. Hispanic, white women interracial, majority among interracial pairings. Key takeaways. White men overwhelmingly choose Hispanic women for interracial marriages, 43%. Black men in interracial relationships most frequently marry white women, 89%. Asian men mostly end up in intra-race marriages, 82%, but among those who are intermarried, white women account for 29%. Hispanic men in interracial pairings most commonly marry white women, though they also frequently marry within their group. Context and trends. Across all interracial marriages nationwide, white Hispanic unions are the most common, 42%, followed by white Asian, 14 to 15%, and white Black, 12%. Site Turn Search 9 Turn Search 24. These patterns have held fairly steady in the past decade, reflecting population sizes, social dynamics, and partner selection trends. Let me know if you'd like a gendered angle, i.e., comparisons for women marrying other race men, state-level breakdowns, or updates with the 2020-2021 census once fully released.
Look at Chat GPT. She's like a personal secretary and extra thorough with it. Someone's at my door. Just a second. Go back, Prince. Yeah. So as y'all see, the magical divesting bullet isn't as magical as they want, as they claim. But let's get a little more thorough into it, because I like, I ain't gonna lie, I like pissing on delusion. So This the prompt I typed in. Percent of races of men who marry black women. Because they always talking about diversity. And they often, I understand there's more men out there than just white men. We're going to see the percent of who's marrying them and who's not. And it starts as white, black, Asian, Latino. And it's going to prove categorically that they can step out all they want. The percentage of that being successful is bad. Then almost change the gender and see how it works for us. Just the test. But let's listen to these numbers, people. It's ridiculous. And despite these numbers, of course, every last single one of them, I think they'll be part of that 0.2% of exception. And I love it. And I like to let them think that. But the exceptions are usually the extraordinary women, either extraordinary mentally, personality-wise, physically, financially. They're extraordinary in some kind of way. Why would most people just a simple fact that the vast majority of people marry within their own race should be enough to let them know that it ain't working over here. I'm just finna go get a white man. I'm just finna date outside my race. Most people just don't want to do that. I don't care if you see interracial relationships and every time you step outside, percentages matter. It don't matter if it's a 20 million interracial marriages in this country. Look how many people in this country, you know? But we're gonna let my co-host again break it down, pay close attention to the numbers. They quite funny.
Here's the most current data on what percentage of men from different races marry black women based on the latest U.S. Census-derived figures. Married to black women, men by race. White men. About 0.4% of married white men are married to black women. Site turned search 66in. Black men. Nearly all intraracial pairing dominates. Josh 95% of married black men are married to black women. Only 8% are married to white women, 4% to Hispanic women, the remainder with other races. Site turn search 1 turn search 3. Asian men, a small share, about 0.2% of married Asian men are married to black women. Site turn search 1 turn search 16 on. Hispanic Latino men, similarly low. Around 0.4% of married Hispanic men are married to black women. Site turn search 1 turn search. Summary table, men's race, percent married to black women. Notes, white, 0.4%, very low interracial pairing. Black, 95%, majority of black men marry within their race. Asian, 1.2%, rare pairing. Hispanic, 0.4%, also rare. Tash key takeaways. Black men overwhelmingly marry black women, 95%, with small interracial pairings. 8 to white women, 4% to Hispanics. White, Asian, and Hispanic men each marry black women at roughly 0.2 to a very small fraction of their married male populations. You want a breakdown for dating versus married, trends over.
If that couldn't convince a person that thought otherwise, nothing would. Nothing would. I mean, that breakdown was so clear, concise, and precise and undeniable. It breaks down, it destroys so much bullshit rhetoric in this sector. The black man don't want to marry the black women when 95% of married black men are married to black women. Overwhelmingly married to black women. These are the words they use. Majority. Nearly all 95% of black men are married to black women, yet we don't love them. So if you're a black woman that can't get a black man, it's not because black men don't want black women. It's because the men you want don't want you. So fix whatever it is instead of acting like, again, they personal flaws and failures and make it into a mass issue with men when it's really something you need to fix within yourself. But you're never going to do that as long as you continue to make it a mass issue with fucking men. Divesting, not going to work. You better fix yourself. 0.4% of white dudes want you. 0.2 are Asian and 0.4 Hispanic, but 95% of us marry black women. But that love would never get this what I just said right here, I ain't never heard said on YouTube before by a man or woman. These numbers, these crucial, undeniable proof type numbers. Because one thing they know for sure, if you legally married in this country, your race is on file of every legal marriage. If it ain't a legal marriage, we ain't talking about that other stuff. It's enough legal marriages for these stats to fucking matter. Oh, definitely black men take it for granted. Cause they will argue that this ain't so. Now, I'm not saying the majority of women are married, but the ones that are, it's by black men. Men don't scream, I'm going to divest, I'm going to divest. See, a lot of women like to confuse passport bros with divestors. They try to make it synonymous. But a passport bro don't mean you don't want a woman of African descent. Passport bros go to Africa and get the blackest of the black women. It's Western women that passport boys try to get it from. Passport bros and divesting is not the same. Because black women of African descent that look just like me are all over the goddamn planet. You can go to Germany and get a sister. Spain, Italy, the UK. Come on now. Y'all see all the UK drill rappers? Them dudes look like fucking Africans. It's literally whole black cities and communities in London. And we're going to act like black people ain't everywhere? You can fly somewhere and find a sister. So passport bros is not synonymous with divestors. It's not, and they fundamentally know that. But it's again one of those things when you need to believe something to push your agenda or narrative, you are going to do it. And there's nothing you can do to convince those people. Again, my content ain't never for convincing or changing minds. I just talk about shit, put out information, and do with it what you do. I prefer stupid people not to believe when I throw out facts. When I put out information and you choose to ignore it and don't believe it, I'm happy. I'm good. I'm happy with it. Because that means I tried to help a motherfucker, but they chose to suffer. Let me switch this prompt up. What percent of women who marry black men. Like I said, I ain't gonna say it's drastically high because again, the vast majority of people compared to men marry people of their own race, obviously. But they like to scream like nobody don't want us but them. When the when the reality is that most people marry people of their own race, but more women are willing to marry. More other races are willing to marry a black man than other races are willing to marry. You get what I'm saying? Because remember, the numbers for when the men that married black women was 0 point something. So the fact that these numbers are whole numbers says a lot. They low, but they whole numbers. These people numbers was 0.2, 0.4. Didn't even get to a whole number, which shows how bad it was. But we're gonna just let again my co-host run this back. But remember, they was 0.2, 0.4, which kind of much. You already know my point has been proven just by me laying that out.
Here are the most recent and reliable statistics on the percentages of married women by race who are married to black men in the U.S. Married women. Married to black men by race. Black women. 87% of married black women are married to black men. Cite turns search for turns search 11. White women. Among married black men, 8% are married to white women. 2021 data. Cite turn search 3 turn search 4. Note, this reflects spouses of black men. As a proportion of all married white women, it's a much smaller fraction. Hispanic women. About 4% of married black men are married to Hispanic women. Asian and others. The remaining share, 3% or less, includes Asian and other race women. Cite turn search 26 turn search bull. Race of woman percent married to black men. Notes: black 87%. Majority strong interracial marriage. Cite turn search 11. White 8%. Non-black women among black men, cert 3. Hispanic 4%. Smaller share, cite turn search. Asian other 1 to 3%. Asian and multiracial women combined, cite turn search 26, turn search 3. Key insights. Intraracial marriage dominates. Black women overwhelmingly marry black men, 87%. Among black men who marry out, white women are the most common interracial partners, 8%, followed by Hispanic women, 4%. Asian and other race women make up a small portion, 1 to 3%. Let me know if you'd like absolute counts, trends over time, or comparable stats for men who marry black women.
Okay, y'all heard enough. Y'all get the gist of it. I gotta get out of here. I gotta take care of some things. I gotta try to find some tickets for Superman. Check on my daughter and get ready to go to the gym. Hopefully it won't take me 5 or 6 hours like it did yesterday, but who knows? Time management. But I still go though, and that's all that matters. But anyway, this being your boy Unc, Unk been streaming, your favorite Unk that ain't no punk, that's gonna keep it real, uncut, and unfiltered at all times. Thanks for checking me out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and please share. Doesn't cost you a penny, a nickel, a dime, or nothing. It's 100% free, so please do it. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Helps the channel the most, helps the channel grow, get me back in the algorithm. It would be greatly appreciated. With that said, be streaming and be out. Might come back and game tonight. Depends on what time I can get to the gym and how I feel afterwards. I do have an early morning tomorrow, so I'm probably gonna do an early morning show, maybe 10 a.m. to like 12:30, or because I gotta take my dog to an appointment. 10 a.m. to 1, depending on how the show flowing, but that's 3 hours. I only need like 2 because I'm up here by myself, and it's really hard pressed for me to get out for 3 hours unless I'm playing a whole bunch of review videos and stuff and letting the review do a lot of the talking. Anyway, deuces, I'm out, yo. Peace.
Type shit.